Okay, so I'm back with, I just had a few more thoughts that I wanted to get down. Um, One was about, or the first one I wanted to talk about is, um, art communities, and the sense of learning and even discouragement. Um, like I mentioned last video, so you can consider other artists as your rivals or mentors or something. But maybe it gets a little easy to get discouraged, if you're like me at least. Even if there's so much to learn, maybe looking right now might not be the best thing to do. Maybe it might put you down more than you really want to be put down. And that's the case for me currently. So, while maybe the standard advice is seek out inspiration and look at new artwork all the time and get inspired, maybe you've looked at enough. It's worth considering. Maybe you've looked at enough. I'm gonna keep drawing hands now. Um, so I don't know. For some reason, as an anime and video game nerd, I kind of like the concept of like the sage. Like if you look at Naruto or something, the sage that trains on the mountains and is sitting under waterfalls, and by the time he's ready to come back and get into whatever it is that he's been training for, he's like super controlled, and he's practiced his techniques like over and over and over again, and in seclusion. And for some reason, I like that idea, so I'll suggest it to you as well. Maybe, I mean, of course, just like anything, take it with a grain of salt. See if it applies to you. But I don't know. If you find yourself getting easily discouraged by artwork, I would suggest maybe trying to ease up on the whatever it is that allows you to make comparisons so easily. So for me, I've got a lot of great artist friends that I talk with on instant messengers and all sorts of stuff. I have a lot of great friends, and they're really good artists. But it's really easy, if we go to iScribble, or say we want to do a little collaboration or exchange for presents or something, I find it entirely too easy to get caught up in, I can't draw as well as him, so this is going to go really badly. And sometimes it does. I'll be having a super brain fart in terms of how to draw, and things that I thought I knew, I really don't know like I thought I knew. And that's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling at all. So, I don't know. It's a little hermit of me. Some people may look down on this approach, but sometimes it's worth getting away and kind of secluding yourself from what it is that brings you down until you know for a fact that you're prepared mentally to handle that issue. So, right now, it's kind of tough for me because it's really a part of my life to be online and on DeviantArt and such, but I pretty much have cut myself off from them. I don't know if this is the best way to do it. It might not be, but I kind of look at it this way. It's a technique worth considering because many of the good artists that we know, that we all admire today and such, a lot of them got their start and practiced a ton when they were younger. And coincidentally, when they were younger, kind of lines up with when the internet wasn't as prevalent in our culture. Um, they were kids, all they had was TV and anime and video games, and they really didn't have the open door to just go and see other people doing what they do. So it kind of really didn't allow them to get discouraged because other people were doing better than them, because they didn't know that anybody was doing better than them. And so that allowed them to practice without comparison to other people and envy and all those sorts of unproductive feelings. So I'm kind of, in a sense, trying to revert to childhood, trying to go back to simpler times where I don't have to get on DeviantArt and be discouraged and feel like, oh, I'll never get there. It's good to have inspiration, but you can find it in the same stuff that these artists found their inspiration in when they were younger. Whether it be spaceships, dinosaurs, Dragon Ball Z, whatever it is. Kind of go back to being a kid, which for most of us is going to be, 90s or early 2000s, and take a break, take a vacation from all the comparison and DeviantArt and whatever other communities you're on. If you have to, get away from your artistic friends. This is all if you have an issue of self-esteem and it stops you from doing art, because the whole goal here is to do more and to get better. So if it helps you, I say do it. That's the end of this video.